Greetings friends, hope you're well. Father here with another video from what used to be my favorite city, which is not my favorite city anymore, is New York City. So I'm shooting this video from a bench that I used to sit. I used to sit on this bench back in 2009 during the Great Recession of 2009. This is 15 years ago now. And back then, I just lost my job and it felt like the world was collapsing all around me. I used to wake up every day, apply for a job, never got it, for 9 months straight. Apply for my unemployment, and then come to this bench, get my sandwich, get my juice, and just sit here all day and just observe people. What I started to learn was a lot of people were either followers or they were not critical thinkers, which could be a bad thing for you. Let me explain to you why being too much of a follower is a bad thing. I used to hang out with people that would just go to a fancy university like this one that I'm sitting behind. I never went to school here. I couldn't afford it. But I used to hang out with a lot of kids that would go to this school. And it's a very expensive school. And when I see these guys, 15 years later, they really haven't leveled up in life. And there's a reason why they really haven't leveled up in life 15 years later. They were doing fine then, okay? During the Great Recession of 2009, they were on top. They were getting all the fancy jobs and all that stuff. But now, if you see these people, it's a sad situation. Now, I'm not saying college is a ripoff. I'm not saying that at all. If you're going to college for fields like science, technology, engineering, and math, then college is a good deal. Absolutely, it's a good deal. Medicine too, good deal. But if you're going to college for anything outside of these four, I think you're wasting a lot of money. Because what I'm starting to notice is that a lot of people that went to this school 15, 20 years ago, they relied only on that degree that they got from this university. They spent a lot of money. So they only relied on that degree for all the opportunities. But the world has changed. 2009 and 2024 are not the same anymore. There's the rise of artificial intelligence now, which is replacing a lot of jobs. Even in the home care business, in the nursing field, you will start to see there's so many roles that are going to get replaced by artificial intelligence and technology. It won't be all the jobs. Most of the physical labor jobs that require you to be with the patient, shifting the patient, so the caregiver jobs, those are good. Those are good. Technology is not going to affect those jobs. But what I'm talking about is like, if you are working for a large hospital, let's say the New York Presbyterian or NYU Hospital, for example. Atlanta, there's Grady, Emory. If you're working for these big hospitals and your job is mostly admin, you're doing a lot of paperwork, you're doing a lot of what we call non-essential, non-physical labor type of jobs, then you better be careful because your job is at risk. With this new technology that's coming, it's only a matter of time until the hospital decides, well, we can replace this task with this software and you're out of work. So now you end up making less money than a home caregiver because your job as the nurse is getting replaced by software. It is what it is. There's so many fancy jobs right now that are high paying that are getting completely wiped out. In the tech field, you're hearing a lot of mass layoffs, and that's for a reason. And mass layoffs right now, and for a reason, because what companies in tech are discovering right now is that there's so many tasks. For example, HR. An entire HR department of maybe 50 people is getting replaced by one software that costs maybe $50 a month. It's wild. This is how far technology has come, guys. It's no joke. What I'm trying to explain to you is this. Do not rely on your nursing degree to survive in this new economy that we're transitioning into. You understand? Because this new economy that we're transitioning into requires you to constantly be learning new skills. Are you on top of your game as far as learning artificial intelligence? Are you on top of your game as far as learning that new software that your hospital has introduced into your workflow? Are you on top of all that stuff? Because if you're not on top of that, I promise you, your nursing degree is going to be completely useless. Because this new generation, meaning the younger crowd that's coming into the healthcare field, whether it's nursing, that understands this technology, is the one that's going to replace you for cheaper. Because we're getting into this massive recession right now, the Great Recession again. But I think this is going to be way worse than what happened in 2009, 2008. But the simple fact that it doesn't seem like there's an end in sight to what's coming. We're all struggling. During the Great Recession of 2008, 2009, we didn't have inflation. The cost of living wasn't crazy. Yeah, you know, the banks went under, but they got bailed out, right? But now, nobody's getting bailed out because the government cannot afford it. The city of New York, for example, cannot afford to bail out anybody. The city of New York is struggling right now. If you look at, you know, some of the immigrants that are coming into the city, there's so many people that need the help. The city of New York can only do so much. It's in your best interest to level up your skills and constantly be learning. Your knowledge, your degree from 15, 20 years ago is not going to cut it anymore. So I think if you are mindful of what I'm saying right now, you will definitely win. So what are some of these skills that you need to learn will allow for you to be able to make a lot of money in the home care business? Well, I narrowed the skills that you need down to 3. Skill number 1, you need to be good at sales. You need to be really, really good at sales. If you're not good at sales, you're not going to survive what's coming. Because there's so many people that are so smart that I've talked to. The reason why they're not making a lot of money is because they don't know how to sell how smart they are. So what you'll find is that there'll be somebody that is not as smart as you, but they know how to sell, they know how to talk, they know how to articulate their value. They end up making more money than you, even though you are smarter than they are. Skill number 2 is being on top of new technology. As I mentioned, there's artificial intelligence. We're experiencing an artificial intelligence revolution right now. What are some of these technologies that your hospitals are introducing? What are some of these technologies that your employer is using right now? Is it better technology that you can use so that you can be more competitive than your competitors? Skill number 3 is follow through. This is a really tough one because follow through and competency is something that I never used to be very good at. And the reason why I never used to be good at follow through was because I just wasn't confident in myself. A lot of us, we struggle with self-confidence. Even to this day, you see me on camera, I still struggle with self-confidence, I promise you. I'm always self-aware of, you know, how I'm being judged. Even sitting right here, right now, shooting this video, I see people walking in front of me just staring at me. I'm self-conscious about stuff like that. Follow through means that you're able to come up with a plan and execute that plan with no hesitation. And that requires you to be able to do it over and over and over again until you build some level of confidence. Because once you're able to complete one simple task over and over and over, it's going to give you confidence to be able to execute the bigger tasks faster and follow through on the bigger tasks. You'll be in a position to say, today I want to do just 3 things to get me closer to my goals. So you need a notebook like this one. I carry a notebook everywhere that I go. And every morning, here's what I do. Every morning I just write down 3 things that I need to execute for that day. Just 3 things. Because there's something that's called the compounding effect of putting in the work. So imagine executing just 3 things every single day for 100 days. That's 300 tasks. That's a lot. So today, all I'm gonna do is focus on 3 tasks. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna focus on how to automate my business. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And it requires a lot of discipline. And unfortunately, discipline is something that a lot of people take for granted. But I promise you, everything starts with conquering yourself. You actually, believe it or not, you're actually fighting yourself. You are actually fighting yourself because part of why you're not able to follow through is because you are not able to believe in yourself. If you're not able to believe in yourself, you'll start to doubt everything that you do. You start to say, well, why should I bother completing the tasks for tomorrow when I failed what I was trying to attempt yesterday? It starts with forgiving yourself. You have to forgive yourself. Every time you're not able to complete a task, Forgive yourself. And once you forgive yourself, dedicate the next day and start over again. That's my message to you guys, and I hope you got some value from this video. And if you're interested in leveling up your home care business, if you're interested in getting those clients, the high-paying clients, the clients that have got money, the clients that live in a neighborhood like this one, that send their kids to fancy schools like Columbia, money is not a problem for these guys. I know, trust me, I'm hanging out in this neighborhood, there are a bunch of old people, you know, there are a bunch of old people over there, there are a bunch of old people I'm seeing everywhere, rich folk. There was money. Just because we're in a recession does not mean there's no money. There's plenty of money. You just need to know how to go get it. If you're interested in knowing how to do this, give me a call. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Schedule time, let's talk about it. I'll see you in the next video.